Welcome to the Sovereign Free Life podcast. I'm here with Patricia, a dear friend and colleague in the Water Tribe, and she's originally from Sweden and also Finland, right? And you are now living in Australia, and you started out many years ago, actually, like breaking free from the norms and creating your own coaching business and really inspiring so many, especially women out there, to dare to take the steps to live a more whole life and healthy on so many levels. And now you have, embarked on the road to entrepreneurship and inspiring women to have soul aligned entrepreneurship, something that we're actually working on at the moment to present to you guys. And we're gonna, it's gonna come soon, but but I love that how you actually merge the entrepreneurship and then also the heart and the spirituality and the coaching, and that you can actually create a whole life. So you're such an inspiration, and I'm so happy to have you here and would love for you just to share your background and like how you took these steps, what inspired you, what were your thoughts on the way once you like jumped off your 9 to 5, and what was the path before that? So yeah, and let people know.
Thank you, Monica, and thank you for that wonderful introduction and having me here. And yeah, I can start shortly from the very beginning because, as we all are, we are brought to this world and into this box, so to say. And I was, really brought to very the norm. So I thought that yes, I'm gonna study, study hard, and then I'm gonna get my education, and then I'm gonna get a job. Like that's what I'm gonna do. My dad, he was a little bit my both my parents are working class, and tried, especially my dad tried entrepreneurship as well. So I had that a little bit seeing that, but it was still like a shop and it was still like kind of, in a box as well. So I, since I was very young, I knew I wanted to help support other people. I just didn't know how. So, I thought I'm gonna be a psychologist first of all, but I didn't have the right grades for that. So that didn't happen. Instead, I became a teacher, or at least I studied to become a teacher. But then, very fast on that journey, just during my education, I felt like, wow, this world, the school world, it's such a box, there was so much more within me that I felt is should be more important for our children to learn, how to
Mm,
be a beautiful being more. That would be like a bigger part than learning all these things that it's kind of just memorizing, at least the
mm,
school when I grew up was like, yeah, if you can memorize stuff, then you're gonna get the good grades.
mm,
Um, so I felt very fast as a teacher that this was not for me. It was also very stressful. I was like, I
mm.
can't do this work.
I know that world.
Yeah.
I know
So
exactly. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, and
And
I
stress
felt
and administration and like all the, you feel like you're stuck in a box and you can't do your job. At least that's what I felt. Yeah.
exactly. You also have that experience of being a teacher,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
it's I mean it's such an important work a teacher do, but they can't really do what they, maybe actually thought they're gonna do when they
Exactly. Yeah, I
doing.
didn't read to be an administrator. Like
No.
I never was taught administration in in the university. I was taught pedagogics and like being with the kids and supporting them, and that's what I wanted to do. And I didn't have time for that. Like I didn't have time to do a good job, which I think a lot of teachers feel, even though a lot of them
Mm.
are doing a brilliant job under the
Yeah,
circumstances anyway, you know. Mm.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And so I really felt like, okay, um, it's so complex what I want to do, but I can't do it here. And some part of me also felt I want to work with adults as well,
Mm.
because there's so much that can be healed, that can be evolved, that can be relearned, reprogrammed. Um, yeah, and this, and then I didn't even know it was that. When was this? Maybe 2020, no, 20, I forgot, but it was many years ago when coaching wasn't a big thing yet. It haven't really come out. But I started to hear about coaching, and I got really intrigued about the whole thing. I was like, wow, here is actually something I feel very pulled towards, because here we work with the inner, we work with the reprogramming, we work with thinking outside this box that we are brought into also, really with our mindset. So I really, yeah, embarked on that journey I took my coaching certification, and I was like, wow, yeah, this is so much better than psychology. And I loved it. I felt like this is the thing. Like this is just, yeah, here I can make a difference.
Mm.
But it was really hard for me to know how to do the business out of it. I mean, I loved to sit there and coach, but it's like, how do I get a profitable business? And I also had a lot of different more passions. I am a very creative soul. I love, dancing, singing, performing, and so on. And I had this childhood dream to really dress up in beautiful costumes and so on.
Mm.
So at the same time, I started a, a performance company with my friends. But to survive, I still was in the box. So instead of becoming a teacher, I was like, I do the kindergarten teacher instead, because that's so much more free. I can actually be creative with the kids. It was also an outdoor kindergarten, which is
Wow.
also a
Mm.
new way, not new way of thinking, it's actually the ancient way. In that box we
Yeah.
are, and it's wow, can you outdoor all day, even in winter? Yes, you can,
Mm.
even in Sweden. So I love that for so many reasons, but there was still the box, there was still, too much children on a small, like for few adults to be there and be, really present. And yeah, all this administration was there, and yeah, a lot of these things. So I knew, okay, this is not my path. I gave it all. I always do that when I go in for something. I go in wholehearted, and I love that work as well. But there was, of course, this bigger dream about the coaching, the performance, and so on. So the performance group grew, like the performance company grew. And it came to a point where I didn't have to do a choice. I could have continued in my own way, get my salary every month and play it safe, or I could jump. I could jump out in the unknown and see what happened. And yeah, so it was actually one of my friends in the performance group is like, yeah, but what if you just quit your job and we just, you know, do this now. And I was like, whoa, that's scary. But I know when something is scary, it's also where we grow.
Mm,
So that's where I took the leap. It was anyhow summer. It was so much easier. So I jumped in, and in the summer we had so many different jobs in that performance group. So I felt so free. I was
mm,
like stepping outside that box. I was like, can you really live like this? You know? It was my
mm,
whole world was like, wow, is that even possible? And I knew also that, okay, if I would, get low on money or so on, I can always take a part-time job, like just a little bit on the side, and so I can build up, my passion. So
mm,
that's actually what I did for a couple of years. I was going in for my passion. First the performance work, the performance, and I did a little bit, few hours at the kindergarten. They loved me. They loved when I came back. So I did that sometimes, but I was like, I'm not gonna stay here, I'm just, you just borrow me kind of.
mm,
Um, and yeah, I felt a totally different kind of freedom to do it this way. And then I started to build up the coaching as well. And but it was hard because it's as an entrepreneur, you really have to learn so much, and that's fine. I love to learn a lot of things, and that's something you have to be committed to. It's
mm,
not like being an employee. You really have to, yeah, uh, create this stamina within yourself and keep going, even if it feels like, wow, I don't know what's gonna happen next month, and I don't know if this is gonna work. But I think I always came back to the thought, okay, what is the worst that can happen? It's
mm,
like, yeah, you can always find a job, for a little while.
mm,
So I think that kept me floating to keep continue. And
mm,
I was in and out of this part-time work sometimes. And then I took that bigger leap. Um, uh, yeah, this was just was it? No, it was actually around COVID. Yeah,
mm.
where I felt like now I am tired of playing small.
Yay.
I have to go all in, and I'm gonna explore this online way of how I can do this online, properly. I'm gonna learn everything. I'm gonna learn from the best, or the
Mm,
one I knew was best. So I really started to develop my own program, online program for women, for Swedish women, and it's actually I created a program called Soul-led, where you
wow.
actually, yeah, you go into and you really work with your limited beliefs, so you can
Mm,
also get out of that box. You work with yourself, so it was a mix between spirituality, personal development, and getting in contact with your body as well, because
wow.
that's
Mm,
a lot of, or I would say every one of us, we don't have that contact with our body if we
mm.
don't cultivate that. And our body holds so much wisdom.
Yeah, yeah. How did you develop that? Like, how was that process for you to take that bigger step and like really believe in yourself? And what were the doubts coming up? Because I know, I mean, I've also worked as a coach, as you know, for many years. I know you have to wear all the hats, you have to like do everything. And like, there's no one else coming to save you. If you're sick, then it's like, yeah, a lot of your income can be gone, you know?
Yeah.
But also, how was that process for you to create that, and what did you meet on the way?
Yeah, I had so much doubt. It's easy to forget afterwards.
Mm.
But I remember, because we always have that. that critical voice, and that was what was, I'm teaching in the program. But only because I teach it, it doesn't mean I'm free and enlightened. So I actually used my own tools all the time, and it was so funny. One of my critical voice said, like, "Who are you to do this? You are not Eckart Tolle." It actually said, "You are not Eckart Tolle." It's like, as I
Figured
had to
out.
be on the level of Eckart Tolle to do my own thing. It was like so ridiculous. Because that's the thing, when we start, we really put the light on all these voices and what they actually say. If we
Mm,
keep on listening and keep on like, yeah, kind of be present there, but kind of stepping away as an observer,
mm,
after a while, we will see it doesn't make sense. And it's a lot of the things will like just become actually a little bit funny. Like a little bit, yeah, it's ridiculous. It was
yeah,
like,
I usually call it like the auntie on the shoulder that just goes like, ring, 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 you know.
yeah,
And it's like I just like, okay, you're saying that. Well, I'm going this way anyway. Like, but
yes,
it you have there. It comes down to awareness, right? Like being aware of what is actually going on inside of you, or what would you say? Like, and like you
mm,
said, your physical body, because I believe um, the physical body is kind of talking to us in a way. Like
absolutely.
there's so much it's trying to say that can help us. It's also a lot of stress that can distract us, you know. So what would you
Yeah.
have to say about that? Like how to relate to this inner world and your physical body? Like it's a lot going on in there that people might not even have sat down and closed their eyes and dare to meet, you know.
Yes, exactly. Because there's there's a difference between our emotional world, like the feelings that come, the emotions that comes up, because we have a lot of fears all the time, and then we can feel that our body contracts. But that's also because of programming. So what we need, and what I was teaching and still teaching a lot, is to really start to listen to our soul,
Mm,
to our heart. And the more we do that, and first it can be like, whoa, I can't even hear something. And this is like, some people would call it the intuition, as well. So, but the more we, try to put that little voice aside and come into our heart and the love that is always present there, and the stillness and the peace, the more we start to hear this whisper within ourselves. And when we hear this whisper, we will get these different sparks of inspiration and message and things that come to us. And it's so important we catch that very fast, because that old program and the voice, that doesn't come from the heart, that doesn't come from the soul, it's gonna come and take over. So, that's just how it is. So it's very hard, very important to come back to that deeper part of ourselves every single day. And
mm,
that
mm.
was really what was keeping me going, because I had so much fear coming up, so much doubt, and yeah, yeah, there's a lot to do as an entrepreneur.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly. Mm.
I could,
Can you
yeah,
describe like how you came into this community and what you saw in
yes.
it, like in that process coming from that coaching business and then moving into another form of online, like online business?
Yes, and this was very interesting because I love the program I was creating for the women. But then it started to feel, after I think 1.5 year, I started to feel that there's coming something else in, and it's something else that want to come true. And I got really inspired by the entrepreneurs that actually came into my group, and some of their business really got helped a lot because of the inner work I was supporting with in this program. And I was really inspired by, wow, if I can support entrepreneurs that want to do good in the world, or the people that want to, it's first of all, we have to work with ourselves, but if we also can spread that light out, I mean, that's how we create a better world. And I just got this, wow, I can be so much of a bigger service if I support the people that want to support other people. That's just like, coming back to my teenage
The,
years when I was
yeah, it's
like,
like the duplication that you can actually
yes,
create something that then duplicates and has a ripple effect. Yeah. Mm.
exactly. So I was like, okay, how do I do that? So what came to my mind, I was like, kind of looking at the box again without knowing it, but it's like, oh, I see people that are business coaches, business. So they help entrepreneurs. So maybe that's my path. So I actually took a business coach certification to learn how to support entrepreneurs in their business. And I just started to map up, okay, what is it, what they need to know? Like, what would I have needed to know when I became entrepreneur? And I
Mm.
started to put that up, and then I got, whoa, so overwhelmed because there's so much as an entrepreneur
Mm.
you you have to learn in a way. And I was like, wow, I myself, okay, I can create this program, but it's going to take ages. Like, I have to, do it smaller, or, this.
Mm.
So I was in
You
that
can't
process.
duplicate that. No, it's not easy to duplicate like an ordinary entrepreneurship. Yeah.
No, no, it's hard, and it's like
Mm.
I also had very big dreams. And I was like, I have big visions, big dreams. And how do I make them happen? I mean, I just have to work harder, right? But
Mm.
it was exhausting. It was
Exactly.
like,
Mm.
even if I loved what I was doing, but it's like this, yeah, not like, how do I build a sustainable business without burning out,
Mm.
without keeping, my health, my physical health, my mental health, my emotional, my financial health
Mm.
in
Mm.
place. And it wasn't that it was totally downhill, but I saw a lot of my entrepreneurial friends struggling. Like, if it wasn't the physical health, then it was the financial health
Mm.
or the mental health. Like, I was like, whoa, like, how can we create this sustainable?
Mm.
And
Mm.
it's beautiful when we put these, questions out to the universe, and we are open for an answer, even if we don't know if something exists. We don't know about it.
Mm.
But then this beautiful, beautiful product just came to me. This, it was this. Yeah, this presentation about this amazing water. And I looked at it. I was like, I am all into longevity. I'm so into health. I'm actually have studied to be a health coach as well. It's like so many different coaches certification I'm taking throughout my life, because that's one thing I thought I was going to do as well at some point. And I just saw this water, and it kept coming to me, and I was like, wow, yeah, this is something I want to have. Um, it's not gonna happen now, but it will happen. And I was on my way to move to Australia with my Australian partner, and I was like, it's gonna happen when I'm gonna be in Australia. Um, so it did. Yes, it just came a day when it was like the time. You know,
Mm,
not any time is the perfect time. It's so easy to like, I still had excuses like, no, I can't really do this now, invest in this now. But it was like, again, you just have to take a jump, you have to take a leap, and there will never be the right perfect time in a way. There will
mm,
always be
mm,
something.
mm,
So I got into the water. I kind of, I had dived a little bit deep into it, but not enough. But then when I dived deeper, I was like, this is this is an amazing product. This actually helps people. Like, I was like, this is good for me, my longevity. But then it's like, I started to hear all the stories in the community, how people was actually changing their life because of
mm,
this water.
mm,
And I was like, this is such a beautiful way to contribute to the world.
mm, mm,
So I was still in my old business supporting women, but I was trying to figure out like how to do this. This is the business coaching, and then I started to looking into more into this water behind the water, because there's actually a business attached to it, which I wasn't interested. Like I wasn't so interested in that. I could see, yeah, I mean, it's it looks interesting, but I wasn't like fully going into it and look at it. And and I was like, I still gonna do my own thing and so on. So I couldn't
mm,
really see exactly how to merge what I was wanna do with this water, because I was still thinking it was a product only.
mm,
But then I started to see that there's so much more than the product. I love the product. A lot of different things happen with that, my body as well.
mm, mm,
It was amazing. And my partner as well. And um, then when I really wrap my head around what actually possible when it comes to financial health as well
mm,
with
mm,
this water. And it's actually not only the water, it's like there's more product that is amazing as well. And then I really was, again, when you are in a box and you're like, oh, this is how you earn, and this is like the limitation. And then you see something else and you're like, oh, here is actually not these limitations anymore. No, it can't be this good. I mean, it can't be this good.
exactly my thought when I got started as well. I was like, no, not possible. It can't be this good. There has to be a hook somewhere. Like, where is it? I was looking for the hook, and then it's like, there's no hook. Where is it? There's none. Like,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah.
And of course, the hook is that you are an entrepreneur still. It's not like, okay, now you get your salary. Now it's coming here on a silver plate for you. So, of course, what this is actually a possibility to up-level your whole energetics, step into the next level of yourself. So some people that look at this, they just look at the surface and they're like, oh, some products and you sell it and it's like,
Mm,
yeah, if you want to do it that way, it's like, but if you want to
mm,
become successful, you have to step into the next version of yourself. And do you want that? Are you willing to do that?
mm.
And
And in a
so
way,
many,
isn't that, I mean, it's like leaving your old self behind. I've actually had that, like talking about that, because I think it's important. When I started this like 6 years ago, and we had huge success, and we've continued to have that, it was almost like shedding skin. It was almost like leaving my old self behind. And when
mm,
my dreams started to be fulfilled, it was almost like it wasn't a dream any longer, if you know what I mean. If you have a vision, and
Mm,
you're kind of in love with the dream more than actually having it a reality. And it's almost like when it becomes a reality, it's like, but then I don't have any dreams anymore. What's my vision gonna be? And you're like, but it's like, then you're like, really have to learn, I guess, to just receive and to be at peace and
mm,
to kind of calm your nervous system down and like, you know what? Everything is okay now. Like you don't have to go anywhere. And I'm like coming more and more to that peace within, like how I don't need very much any longer. Like I do have most things that I want. And then
mm,
what? You know?
mm,
And to be at peace, to be at rest where you are. Of course, there are
mm,
huge visions that I'm like building still, but for me personally, it's almost like daring to leave that dream and make it reality and sink into it, if you know what I mean.
mm, mm.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. And really come to peace with where you are at that, seeing that the journey is actually the destination in a way. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's to
Mm,
to really enjoy every moment because if we would just, it's also like, yeah, if we go somewhere, it's like the whole journey to get there and also the challenges. It's That's what I believe we signed up for this lifetime. We didn't sign up for a smooth ride. We
mm,
signed up for the whole journey so we can feel the contrast
mm,
in life.
mm.
And that's actually what makes us feel alive, what makes us feel human. And we can, to find that peace in that, to embrace actually everything that comes, even if it's really hard.
Exactly.
Um,
And I think you pinpoint something that is so important, how you first understood the water and then
mm,
you understand like understood the power of like the financial health and how you can create that and how important it is to actually um, be informed and like look deeply into things because it's so
mm,
easy that the this auntie on the shoulder comes and says, oh, it's something like that, oh, it's something like that, and
yeah.
then you might miss those gifts that come to you. Like could you speak to that and that process of like what did it take for you to actually have a closer look and to take those steps because it is scary, right? I felt so scared as well. It felt like I was jumping from a high cliff, like and like I didn't know if where I was gonna land. It is
Yeah.
scary, that process of just taking the leap, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's very easy to listen to people that are in the box that are and your old programming that are in the box. So there we come back again to the heart to listen. And sometimes it doesn't make sense what it says, or sometimes you don't maybe even hear, but you feel that pull towards something. And that is so important then to go and explore that pull, even if you hear all these noises. So to actually put your heart in the first room and just like, I just gonna explore this now because yeah, I have nothing to lose to
Mm,
explore
mm,
and to be curious. Curiosity is such an important, um, yeah, is important skill to have. I think many people they put the lid on, and it's very important to be skeptical as well. It is, because it's a lot of noise in this world, and it's a lot of things that is not in the best energies. So it's good to have that skeptical mind, but it's important at the same time to have the heart open so that we can be that we can attract those miracles that are there for us, available for us. So that's what I just followed. I followed that pull, and then things started to make sense to me. And it still do. Like I often see this business now as I say it's like a relationship that go deeper and deeper as I have with my beloved partner as well. We have been together 8 years, and we just f find this deeper layer where it we get in a stronger and stronger love with each other because we try to see each other in the new light and give us, the opportunity to, yeah, to show the different sides. And the same is with this business. It's like, there's so many layers and nuances in it that really can, I don't know how to describe it. It's very, for me, it's very spiritual, the whole thing. There's this, it's just things that clicks, and I feel more and more in love with this business.
Mm,
Uh,
mm,
for the more thing I learn, the more thing I embody, the more thing I see, and I can see reflected in others, and I can see what this is actually doing in the world, the good. And then I can see when people haven't really got it and they don't really treat it in the right way, as relationships, sometimes you don't really know how to do the relationship, and then you maybe say things that are not really right, or so on, and then it just becomes like, oh, a little bit weird. So
mm,
it's a whole learning, it's a whole journey here, and it's really about learning from the people that have gone before you and be open to be a student all the time and to learn and learn, and don't just say, oh, I know this stuff. There's a lot of things I know, but even if I know, I'm like, I'm gonna listen to this again because I will hear and
mm.
understand something on a deeper level.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
definitely.
deeper into this.
And I
And
think
then
that's
you
something that I've kept, from the start. And I think a part of my success, something that I say all the time is I learn new things every day. And so that curiosity, like I listen to audiobooks, I listen to my mentors, and with, like you say, with an open heart and really listen carefully and listen for real, not just have it on the back, like really listen. And I think that kind of cup full syndrome is kind of many people have it. It's like, oh, I know everything already. Because I've had it
Mm.
as well, especially with like, I was not ready for like the spiritual development and the personal development in this community. I was like, this is about the water, it's about the business. And then it was much, much more than that. And I was not, I've grown up in this hippie family. We've had therapy, where it's like, oh, I've done all of that. Like, I don't need anything more. I thought. But then it's like bringing, it's not just a weekend where you go to some course. This is like living it. Like, what kind of money mindset do I really have? Can I receive this? Can I speak my truth? Am I comfortable in being who I am and sharing my vision? Can I dare to be my unique self? Like those kind of questions that come up in our community. I wasn't like expecting it, but it actually created this really accelerated growth that led to so many other things happening in my life that I was just like not expecting, So
Yes.
could you speak about that for like what was your journey like coming into this community and realizing that there was much more to it? Like how was that experience for you?
Yeah, when I realized that, then it's like, wow, this is like my coaching on, now we take it on the next level here, because here we actually can give and provide people with, everything that was the problems and the challenging things in their life. that I was supporting them with, financially, like emotionally,
Mm, mm,
not living your purpose,
mm,
contributing, health issues. Here we have a container where we have that, and we have a support system, like both when it comes to, I'm seeing this as the masculine and the feminine in a so beautiful marriage here,
mm,
because we have the masculine structure of like these systems, and how the business work, and how we get paid, and it's like, oh, it's all there, it's solid, it's there. And then we also have to step into our masculine to actually do the action steps. Yes, we have to do them. But then this feminine part of us to work with is about really healing deeper part within ourselves. Um, the parts that thinks that we are not worthy, for example, of um, yeah, the receiving money, holding money, or, speaking our truth, or stepping out there and, holding a master class or whatever. It's not something we also have to start with. We can start this in our own rhythm as well. We don't have to like, wow, get everything, and we have to do and learn everything. That's the beauty of this as well, that you can start on a very basic level, and then you take it in your tempo, because you are held. You're held by the system, you're held by, the mentors, the communities, the team, and it's just this perfect, beautiful. I see it as a marriage in a way.
oh,
I mean, yeah.
it's a
I mean, you can
beautiful,
divorce
beautiful
as
way to
well if
put
you
it.
want. So it's not like this is written now in stone. It's like, but yeah.
Mm, and I
And
think
it,
it's hard for people to understand if you haven't experienced it. Like, but for me, like you say, it also it has the whole. It heals on so many levels. If you want to, oh, sorry, just a minute there. It really heals, not just, it starts with the physical, and then you also have the community, which many in the community are some of my best friends today. Like they feel like family. And then there's the mental, there's so much support, education, systems, in place. And then there's the spiritual of actually daring to believe in your bigger vision and why and your soul's like so many, like I felt so stuck before this. I just felt like I need to do what I'm here to do. I think we all have a purpose, something that we are set to do here on in this reality. And I just felt like I can't get that out of myself. Like it needs to come out. More like it wasn't like finding it. It was like more like how much can I let myself out to be and do what I'm here to do? And I think so many people out there feel that. And I feel the system is not made for us. Like is it is that really serving us? It's like this new wave of people moving in a different direction that, we don't really fit into that kind of box. We don't fit into like fear and stress and not taking care of ourselves and not spending time with our kids or doing our passions. And yeah, and now I'm talking too much, but but I think we share that love, and from the start you can't really see it, but when you start to move into it, it's like you say, it's like this beautiful, because this whole company and the compensation plan, it took like 2 years, it's patented. You see the beauty of it, like the how ethical, how they've thought about everything to make it as balanced and as organic and as natural as possible to how it should be, like how we should work with trust, how we should work with the closest circles, how we should support each other, how we have mentors in place, that there's a win-win for everyone. And how I believe that you have to do the inner journey here to be able to succeed. It's so, so clear. And that makes it so tangible for people. It's like, okay, I have to face my fears. I have to step out of my comfort zone again and again and again and grow and be a better version all the time. And that's how this grows. And I know it might sound strange if you haven't experienced it, but that's what happens. It's just so, so clear.
Yeah,
Mm,
exactly. And it's also, yeah, it of course can be uncomfortable to face yourself, but it will be more uncomfortable to stay stuck
mm.
where you are and feel that
So true. Mm,
it's this life, isn't
mm,
it more to this? I
mm,
just do what I think I should do, but it's something that doesn't really feel right.
mm,
When people are, complaining of their work or, yeah, getting burned out as entrepreneurs or whatever, yeah,
yeah.
it's not that I say that people don't face their fear. We do also when we are employee, but it's just feel from my own experience, this is the next level where we
Mm,
actually have the opportunity to step into the next version of ourselves in so many levels.
mm, mm,
And with that kind of support with people that have
mm,
gone before us, we're not that all alone, on the journey. Even if
mm,
we have to do it ourselves, no one will do it for us. But what
mm,
I love is also like all this, the people are so open, honest, vulnerable, and transparent in this community about their journey.
mm,
And when you hear people's stories, where they have come from,
mm,
like some people have been into like you, you don't even understand how they could start this business. It's like, whoa,
mm,
but they were following their inner guidance there. They
yeah,
kept
that's it.
going,
Mm,
even if things was like so hard. And
mm,
yeah, it gives me so much strength and what we as human are capable to if
mm,
we want, if we are committed enough to our dreams. But not
mm,
everyone is, and that's okay. But this
mm,
is for the ones that are committed to living their best life. Yeah.
mm, Yeah, there's more to it, right? Like it starts there. That's what it was for me too. I think there's more here. There's more I
Mm.
can give. There's more I want to do. And then there's that seed that starts to grow, and then it will come to you. Like maybe you see this, but then you need to receive, right? And have the curiosity.
Yeah.
So,
Ex-
such beautiful inspiration, Patricia. And I really want to ask you as well, because I know you have big visions, you have big things that you are just creating in this world. You're already doing it. I know that. And there's more to come. But I always like to ask that, like, what is your bigger vision? Because I think, like you said, we need to dare to not just survive, but to actually look at the horizon and look at the bigger picture, and that we are meant for more than we might even believe from the start. Yeah, would love to hear, like, where are you going?
Yeah, yeah, I have many big dreams. So, of course, me and my partner, we're gonna build our dream home sanctuary in nature at some point. That's one of the vision. But the bigger vision as like it's just come back to, as what I have had as young, my young years, that it's the contribution. It's like
Mm,
I
mm,
just want to support so many people in this world, and not only people, like I want to support people that also are like me, so passionate about this planet,
Mm,
uh, to actually be able to fund but like project that is already going, but they don't have enough fund for creating a better, the better environment and so on. So I just want to, yeah, support these good forces that leading our future in the right direction. And that comes down to, of course, yeah, that big project that people already are doing. And then also my own choices that I can support in my own life, just my um, that I always can choose the best. If I go
mm,
on a holiday, I go on a eco, holiday. I'm yeah, just buying the best project and the products that are fair trade and, really well thought. And so to try to live as close to my values as it is possible in this world, and just to support as many people to transform their life and
mm.
spread that so they can help other people. So yeah, that's
Oh,
just
that's beautiful.
yeah. I get so when I just that thought about that, it's like because there's
Mm,
so many beautiful people here on this earth. I mean, we all are beautiful somewhere, and then it's like traumas that make people do stuff that it's not good. But those people that have their heart wide open, they can do so much good in the world. And I
mm,
just want to like
mm.
get, yeah, support these forces. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
That thought just lights me up so much.
Because I mean, I completely hear you. It's like when you have come so far yourself, it's the greatest gift to also be able to help other people and to see those transformations. And that's also through these 6 years that I've been in this community, like seeing all these people's lives change. It's almost like addictive in a good way because you're like you can't stop. Like if I get like for some reason I can't work or something happens, I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. Like I really want to
Yeah.
do this work. It's like I can't keep my hands off it. It's almost like you said, when you're in love with someone, it's like you want to be with them all the time. It's like it feels so rewarding just to be able to work with this that does so much good out there. So
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. So such an amazing conversation, and I really look forward to seeing everything that you're going to create. Any last thoughts, anything more you would like to share with people before we round up?
Um, it's yeah, just a reminder of really there to listen deep within
Mm,
yourself. What do you really want to create in this life? And are the path you are going on right now, is that gonna take you to your big dreams? If yes, that's great. If no, consider to really be curious about different options, how to get there. And this is one way to do it. That is, that we have found that it's amazing. And yeah, that ticks all the boxes for us.
mm,
But yeah, really come back to the heart and really follow that guidance and don't let the other noises take over.
mm. Beautiful, Patricia. Thank you so, so much for being with me today. And also, if you're watching this, like share and look into it and contact us, contact the person who sent this to you. because, like we said, we're actually passionate about helping other people. It's the best thing, and we love to do it. So, thank you so much, and talk to you later. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Mm.